What's going on, everybody? This is Kev the Barber with another classic, and you're sitting at the barber's table. Today we're going to be going over 9 hairline mistakes that you cannot do. Just avoid that joint. Do not even step close to these things. I don't know about you, but hairline is probably like one of my favorite parts of the haircut. I really like a fade. I like a nice blend. Then I like refining that blend with the hairline. And sometimes we can get a little bored with a lot of things we do as barbers. So first thing on the list is pressing too hard. You cannot press. Do not press hard on the hairline. When you press hard on the hairline, you cause abrasions, you cause cuts, you cause issues, irritation. If you got light skin, you'll see the red marks. Red marks is a universal sign that, hey bro, you went a little too hard on my man's right there. You know what I'm saying? You just did too much. So avoid pushing too hard. If you really want to get a sharp lineup, make sure you learn how to use a straight razor blade. Creating that soft barber's touch is essential to satisfying not only the look for your client and the feel for your client. The main thing you need to do in order to accomplish that is touch the client with your finger before you touch it with the clipper. It allows us to gauge the amount of pressure we're putting on the skin so we do not cause any irritation or any problems. Next on the list is negative gapping. If this is the top blade and this is the bottom blade, zero gapping is just having the cutting blade right below it, right? Many people think it's right at the same. I don't agree with that. True zero gapping causes issues because then you're gonna have the cutting blade touching the skin, and use a clipper to cut hair. Don't use a clipper to cut skin. It's gonna touch the skin just a tad. You don't want the cutting blade to be pressing on the skin and rubbing against it. Rubbing at a really fast rate is gonna that's what causes the cuts. That's what causes the abrasions. That's what causes the problems. We zero gap it too close, and on top of zero gapping it close, we aren't mindful of the angle that we put the clipper on the skin with. And when you do that, it causes more problems for yourself. So some people aren't even really zero gapping. They're negative gapping because they're taking the cutting blade and they're pushing it past the comb blade, which causes issues for everybody and their mom. I actually did a video on this a while back when I was in college. It's called How to Adjust Your Wall Detailer. I'd show you exactly the move I use when I'm zero gapping any clipper. It's specifically on a wall detailer, but you can use the same techniques on any clipper that you're using. Third thing on the list is incorrect angling. I mentioned it in the last one, mentioned it here. I can't give you the perfect angle for every time you put the clipper on the person's head, but I will say you want the cutting blade not to be pressed up against the skin, and you want the comb blade to be touching the skin. And the way that you make sure that that is happening is you lead with your index finger, angle the clipper, and then you place it on the head so that it can touch the head instead of just resting the clipper on the head and just thinking it's gonna cut. You have to be aware of what your hands are doing, aware of what's happening with the clipper on the client's head so that you aren't causing any problems. It doesn't matter what clipper you have in your hand. If you don't know how to use it properly, you're gonna have these issues, whether your clipper is $30 or if it's $200. The next thing on the list is creating lines without references. When you make that first line on the front, you make that line on the side, the line on the back, every single line you create is referenced to something else. The head is doubles. You split it in half and there are doubles throughout the entire head. Make your eyebrows to reference for the front, use your ears, and the side of your eyebrows to reference for the side. Use different parts of your head to reference the lines on your head. On the course I made, the Barber System, I go through the exact reference points and stuff you need to do in order to create that look. You can check out that course in the description box below. Along with your purchase of the Barber System, there's an exclusive group where I have lives and discussions. The first launch of that live is going to be done next week, so if you guys are interested, be sure to sign up. Number 5 on the list is not brushing. I know it can look really clean when you first put the clipper on the head, the hair is gone, and you think, oh wow, I created that line, but you didn't. That's just a rough draft. You need to brush it down and refine. Brush down and refine, and the more you brush, the more you refine, because what happens is, I know when you cut hair and you cut it short, you look like you've controlled it. It's there, it's in the place that you want it to be, but hair moves. So if you don't account for the movement of hair, once that client leaves and it starts doing what it does, starts moving, they're gonna be like, the cut wasn't as good as I thought it was, because once it started moving, the hairline was gone. The style that I was given just got messed up because in the chair, you didn't move the hair in anticipation for what it actually does. It moves. Number 6 on the list is an uneven hairline. You know, you got the jokes. You see people on Instagram looking in the mirror like, oh my God, what happened? What happened to my hairline? It's all messed up, so not straight. The reason the person does not have a straight hairline is because you didn't use your reference points and you did not change perspectives. Perspective is an interesting thing when it comes to barber. You have to constantly change it in order to make sure that the moves you made were the right moves to make. A lot of people get scared when they see their barber take a step back and look, oh my God, did he make a mistake? No, he's actually doing what he's supposed to be doing. You take a step back from the haircut in order to change the perspective to see if it looks good in that same perspective, because angles shift and perspective changes when you're close up to something from when you're far away from it. People do not have the right system and step-by-step process in order to make sure that their hairline is straight. I also have a video on this. It's called How to Shape Up Men's Front Hairline, Line Up, Edge Up. I also put a card up here. I think it's on this side or this side. In that video, I just show you guys on a really messed up hairline. It's really all over the place, how to make it straight. When you have a system, when you know exactly what you're going after, it doesn't matter what type of hairline it is, you do the same system every single time. It's to the point where I don't even really see messed up hairlines anymore. I just see the hairline I would put on it. So when I do a hairline and somebody goes, oh my goodness, it's crazy how you got from here to here. In my eyes, it's like the whole time I saw here. If I saw here the whole time, it's kind of like, oh wow, I guess you can't see what I see. And that's the barber's eye. That's what you need to develop. Along with an uneven hairline, the next problem people have is pushing back hairlines. The biggest reason people are trying to get this pushback, or people keep pushing back, is because the further you go back, the higher the contrast. So they're gonna go deeper into adult hairs to create a sharper line, right? The issue with that is the grow back is terrible. This is the difference between caring about your client and caring about a picture on Instagram that you posted, if somebody will repost you or something like that. You wanna make sure that you're solving that person's problem, right? In order to accomplish as high of a contrast of a hairline as possible without pushing it back, you continue to brush the hair down, start the lineup earlier than you would expect it to be, brush it down and see what happens. There's a thing I call sketching in a hairline, where you start the hairline where you know you're not gonna finish it in order to move towards the completion point so that you don't get ahead of yourself. The next mistake I see a lot is having round corners. Having round corners, I think, is really just not understanding the tool that you have in your hand. As I said in fade techniques I wish I knew years ago, I'll link that up with the cards as well. Understanding the structure of the blade that is on your trimmer will help you navigate throughout the corners and peaks of people's hairlines. Because just because every part of the blade that you put on the skin doesn't actually cut hair. The furthest parts do not cut, so you need to make sure if you look at the blade and look at just the black area, the hairs need to reach those corners. Hairs need to fall inside that black line in order to cut. Last but not least, excessive cutting. I know I talked about brushing. I know I talked about sketching, changing perspectives, and all these different aspects of the hairline, right? While it's a lot to think about, but while you're doing all that, you have to make sure you aren't pressing and rubbing over the same areas too many times, because you're gonna cause irritation. Don't be alarmed, because the good thing about the list that I just provided you with about everything from 1 to 8, when you have your clippers set and nails width apart, when you rest your finger on before you put the clipper on, when you brush and look at the haircut right after you take a swipe at it, when you follow these steps, causing abrasions or cuts or anything like that is a lot less likely. So I hope that list helps you guys out. I hope these lists and all these videos that I'm dropping are helping to simplify it for you. If something in this list particularly really helped you out, please leave a comment in the section below. And also make sure you check out my website down below. I have my course set up, the Barber System. It's basically a GPS for your haircuts. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching today's video. See you guys in the next one.
Boom. What's up, everybody? Barber Time Buzz in the building. I'm here with the legendary Rough Ends. Gentlemen, appreciate and thank you for the opportunity to talk to you guys. How y'all doing?
Man, blessed, brother. All we can another day. You know
Thanks
what
for
I mean?
having us.
Thanks for having
No,
us.
y'all thanks for having us. Again, this is a barbershop network. In the 90s, when I first started it, y'all was on radio. We listening to y'all.
Wow.
You know what I mean? The club promoters that come in to drop off flyers because y'all was in the clubs. You know what I mean? And so for me, this is full circle.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So it's less like, I appreciate that.
Indeed, brother.
So what's
Shout out
going
to the street teams.
No doubt. Real talk. Like that.
Street teams just
The
stay in the
street team
barbershops.
is the impetus of what started the concept of the network. So shout out to the street
Dope.
teams.
Shout out to the street teams.
No doubt. Yeah, they're necessary.
Yeah.
So talk to me. Why you guys here in Baltimore today? Because we're here at the all natural hair show in Baltimore, the Baltimore Beard and Barber Battle, and you guys are in the building. My man Paul Jones just hit me off that you guys were in the building. Why are you guys here today?
Well, we got invited by my man Paul Jones. You know what I mean? We go way back like babies and pacifiers. So he hit us up, man. And we from Baltimore, so this is home for us. So
There it is.
it's nothing like supporting our own. You know what I mean? And being a part of something positive that's gonna move the culture forward. You know what I mean? So,
Black excellence, most definitely. And for me, on that whole, the black excellence and the camaraderie, we need to see that. And this whole concept started from the black barbershop. And then once Ice Cube came and dropped that movie, you kind of really saw it kind of explode into all of the cultures and everything.
yeah, we
But
was
it
on that soundtrack.
This is what I'm saying. See, this is what I'm talking about. It all started in our neighborhood. So you guys, again, this is full circle. And this is full circle. So what you guys gonna do today? You guys performing? Y'all gonna sing for the people?
Yeah, we're gonna sing a little something.
so,
we gotta sing a
man.
little something.
We're gonna do a meet and greet, man, and just fellowship, brother. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's a lot of good things going on out there, man. So
Build with these entrepreneurs out here.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You guys recording anything?
yeah, we got a record out right now called Rebirth. At Official Rough Ends on Instagram. Go follow us right now. On Instagram and Facebook at Official Rough Ends. But the new project is called Rebirth. We got a joint with Crazy Bone on there that's fire. Just gotta check out the new project. And videos out right now. Go follow our YouTube channel and check out the latest visuals from us as well, man. We got soundtracks out. That's on Shots Fired. That's on the Pump soundtrack. That's on Davis Makes Man. So look all those movies up and check out our latest music.
And
Yes,
what's the Instagram again?
At Official Rough
At
Ends.
Official
And that's
Rough
RUFFENDZ.
No doubt. Y'all make sure y'all check them out. And all y'all barbershops, y'all know how we do. Get that on the air. Get them playing.
Yes, sir.
So what's next near future after these projects that you have?
Touring. We got some touring situations
Where y'all
coming
headed?
up. Australia. Back to Australia. We had a lot of continued love and success. Definitely here in the States as well.
Where's
but,
your favorite place to go perform outside of the States?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Oh man, that's nails on the chalkboard. That's a tough one.
Is it because it's competition and there's so many of them, or
It's the thing of how the fans love. The fans love you different
Right.
over there.
yeah?
Right.
Like in America, I love the fans here. Don't get me
I
wrong.
get you.
But y'all be a little wishy-washy. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
don't
it's
hear
certain,
from you in
it's
a
certain
while.
places though.
Certain places
Certain
are
places.
like that.
It's genuine.
But it's like everywhere we go. Like we did a tour last year with Khalees. It was a crazy lineup from Neo,
There you go.
3LW, not 3LW, In Vogue, Mario. The lineup was crazy. Kelly Rowland, Christine Milian. It was crazy. We came up first on the lineup, and when you come up first on the lineup, especially over here, you worried about everybody being there, people getting there late, the house filling up. Man, they get there early. Like one of the days I thought the least amount of people was gonna be there, it probably was the most. It was like they was already there. You talking half hour early. They've been there partying, jamming already. All you see is raincoats because it was raining outside. Different color raincoats. Like they outside like it's fun in the sun. singing every word, every ad lib. They singing ad libs. We not singing on the song.
Yeah,
we doing other ad libs.
That's
They
their
singing the
shower
ones from the
version.
right, man.
Listen,
So it's like
they know your name over there. Like
Yeah.
they knew our birth names over there. Like it wasn't just Da Vinci and Chi. They were like David Chance.
like loud. Like the DJ stopped the music. You know how they cut and stop the music. They singing loud the whole song. You standing there and they'll literally sing the whole song. That gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling you had when you first started, of when you first got on stage and you noticed that people knew the words to your song. And you was like, yo, they were singing the song. They were singing the song. It's that feeling like, like it give you butterflies almost, you feel me? So, you know, we got places, but places overseas, I would say definitely
don't
like
have a top three.
New Zealand, Australia, London. No, you know what? The Netherlands.
Say word.
The Netherlands, like the Netherlands was an experience and a half.
Both them
like,
and New Zealand, I always wonder about, just because of, watching History Channel and all that stuff. They always wonder.
They gave us a tribal welcome in New
Say
Zealand.
word. That's what's up.
It was one of the dopest
Crazy.
things I've experienced in my life. Crazy. Like you get off the plane, they met us at the door of the plane. One of the elders, guy, he like, you could tell they like related to like sumo. They like got some of the same ancestral backgrounds. White guy got like a whale tooth around his neck.
That's that wealth.
He came and he spoke real soft. He was like, we're gonna have a ceremony to keep you safe, and we value your presence here in New Zealand. This will always keep you as like one of the family. He's breaking it down, and he like just follow me. We looking like they had people that came 3 hours out the mountains. Our plane was late, so they literally was there for about 6-7 hours waiting for us with the tribal stuff on in a room just like this.
Exactly.
Bullshit talking, money walking.
We talking about my dude Ric Flair. Like, that's my spirit animal. Ric Flair Godzilla.
His whole vibe was like one of the brothers. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
So I mean, you guys will be more people, right? Y'all hometown here.
Most definitely.
Hometown, for sure.
Most definitely.
West Baltimore.
No, must be.
What's sweet?
No doubt.
He ate.
No doubt. Faye, just so we can encompass this whole thing, a little bit of barbershop talk. Something that happened in y'all's from the barbershop that y'all remember.
Oh
Because you
man.
mentioned OG, so that kind of was one. But I want y'all to give me some.
Yeah.
Or even that you heard. You know what I mean?
Just the neighborhood.
Don't rat nobody.
No, I'm saying just our neighborhood alone.
Yeah.
I'm saying everybody that's listening that's not from B More, we average 350 murders a year. 350, 360. It's 360 days in a year, so you're talking a body a day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We not the size of like a New York. You know what I'm saying? You could fit Baltimore in New York. Like you probably a few times. So you're talking about how do we even compare to a Chicago or a New York? So that alone is like, I mean, we almost like on I ain't gonna say everyone, but most of our projects, it was like the first project we did when we got back together. The black and white cover. Cop that too.
Black and white.
Soul Brothers. I'm your soul brother. Number one. Come on, baby. You know what I mean? I had to plug that real quick.
Absolutely.
But
That's the job.
we was recording the Soul Brothers joint, and it was like where we had the studio at, it was like around the way, like off of Garrison and Ricestown, with the bar across the street. We over there recording one of our hottest songs on the album, and somebody getting stabbed on the corner, like the corner taped off. Somebody running off, police chase, like, you know what I mean? Like that's like always been, sorry to say, like the fuel to the fire when it comes to R&B music from the beginning. You know what I mean? Even back to the 5 Heartbeats like thing with the guy with the very beginning of the movie. They running from the guy. This boy got shot in the other leg, and he said, "Go ahead without me." He run to the stage. Oh, ain't got no money. Where you come from? You feel me? It's like
that's real life for a lot of people.
No.
You know, we make it look pretty.
I
on
mean,
camera.
y'all do, but I mean, as soon as I told people I'm going to Baltimore, what do you think the first thing they say to me?
Watch
Be
out.
careful.
Wire. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wire was shot there, be careful and all that. I'm like, listen, man, I go deal with my black people wherever they are. Like, I'm a barber.
Exactly.
And so I'm used to dealing with people. So, and same people. So it's just like, regardless. But you guys, being from the neighborhood, from a hood specifically, and then growing up and coming and traveling the world, like, to me, and for me to be doing this, it's important because the next phase of what we're going to be doing as a company, but then as an industry, is grooming them young guns. You know what I mean? And they need to know things can be, and I need them hearing people that get out of it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotta pay it forward.
Yeah, and get out of it and do.
I gotta make one point while we at this juncture.
Talk.
A lot of people feel like if you're not gonna make it with a wicked jump shot, football, they don't see too many ways out.
No.
But one thing that I could definitely think about from the beginning, just sitting here, brothers like our brother Kurt, that used to cut our hair, a couple different people became entrepreneurs at an early age from cutting hair.
Yep.
Feel what I'm saying? So don't overlook it.
Nope.
Don't overlook it.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
It's a gateway, boy.
You might be looking at rough ends today, but so many years ago, I was in my teens. I remember knocking on the brother basement window. Yo, Dre, yo, let me get a shape up. I'll pay you back. I got an interview down the fudgery. You feel what I'm saying? Looking raggedy rough, boy. I get a haircut. I'm looking like, show me the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Since young.
A fresh haircut will change your life.
And
You understand what I'm saying?
Everything.
Get you that girl, get you that job.
Everything.
Confidence.
Take a bum off the street and give him a haircut and see how he look. He's gonna look like a different person.
We've done that. We definitely
Yeah,
done that.
I'm with that.
That's what I'm
I'll pay for a few of
saying.
them.
We've done that.
Yeah, I'll pay for a few.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'll pay for some of them.
No doubt.
You feel different with a
No, I
haircut.
just talked to, because one of the things I want to do, again, my shop just burnt down, still hurt, and I got a bunch of old clippers. We're going to start something where we start little training grounds for some young guns. You know, learn how to cut, because it's time to start
That's it.
recruiting back, especially the young black barbers. And we're going to do some things, and we're also going to get some barbers and stylists certified in mental health, peer support, marketing, sales,
That's
like
right.
all of those other things. But then I want to start them young as well, because it's like, listen, like you said, stop chasing all those other things. Look at the
right in front of
entrepreneurs, and there it is. There it is.
It's a hair store in every hood.
There it is.
In
There's a
every
reason.
corner
'Cause
almost.
there's,
Like,
there's
that's a
millions of
huge
people
market.
in every city.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean? So carve your own. So, all right. I don't want to hold too much of you guys' time. I know you guys about to go and perform.
Appreciate
That's
it.
dope, bro.
You guys made it easy for me, so I appreciate that. This is Barber Time Buzz. Y'all know who I am and do what I do.
Yeah.
This is Rough Ends. My brothers from Baltimore. Thank you.
Appreciate you,
it. 1,000%.
Thank you, brother.
1,000%.
Barber time.
Paul, if y'all can give me that one time, Barber Time all the time.
Yeah.
Barber Time all the time. No doubt. Let's go.
Let me do a drop for y'all real quick.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chi,
And I'm Da Vinci.
and we're Rough Ends, and this is Barber Time all the time.
My G's.
I'm about to say all the time, but
Yeah, say Barber
Do it
Time
again.
Buzz, because this is the Barber Time Buzz.
Okay.
Like the show is the Barber
alright, this
Time
is
Buzz.
nice. This is
The hashtag is Barber Time all the time.
Yep.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chi,
And I'm Da Vinci.
and we're Rough Ends, and this is the Barber Time Buzz.
No doubt. Gentlemen, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, good brother.
Really, really good.
Appreciate
When
you.
we get that program going up, we're going to
Oh yeah, reach out. There you go.
switch.
What's up, YouTube? It's Chuka the Barber. And I got some more heat for y'all today. This cut right here is actually one of my favorite drops on YouTube. Like the cut, the video, shit is fire. I know y'all gonna fuck with it tough. So let's get right to it. As always, I'ma shampoo and condition my clients' hair with the Pro Rich collection, making sure that the hair gets the proper nourishment. You know, a healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. Alright, so dry them off real quick and get my canvas ready. So I'm gonna keep the length and allow the curls to just do their thing, and all I'm doing right now is just getting rid of all the hair sticking up. Starting off with my initial guideline. So the trimmers I'm using are the Andis Slimline Pros with the GTX blade on there. I wanted to try these out, see how I like them. They're cool, you know what I mean? But I wish they had more power. But anyway, they are modified with my 1 minute blade modifier, and the blade is perfectly set for maximum performance with my on the money 10-second blade setter. You can cop those at thebridgebarber.com. But you see right here, I already trimmed them up in the front a little bit to prep the hairline before I do the line. So I want to, you know, remove any bulk I know I'm not going to use. All right, I got a 1/8 guard on there, removing bulk. Now I have some enhanced hold spray, and I'm going to apply this to his hairline. Allow it to dry. And as always, I do a solid lineup, but it's still a prep lineup. That way I can see my fade coming together as I blend it out. And after I fade it, I always go back and tighten it up a little more. You'll notice in this cut that, of course, the fade drops in the back because it's a drop fade, but also you can see my initial line, my fade line. You can see that it also drops a little bit in the front. So it, you know, it starts kind of low in the front. You can see right there, drops to the back. Starting my blend, lever all the way closed. Taking the fade up a little bit. Blending out the initial guideline. Creating a new guideline. And this is how I fade up. This is when I don't have a guard on there. I just fade upward. Another small adjustment. Remove that guideline, create a new guideline, and watch the blend come together. Another small adjustment, take the fade up a little more. slap a 1/16 guard on, lever all the way open, and I'm gonna take the fade up a little more now. And instead of fading upward this time, I'm gonna fade downward. So I'm gonna close the lever halfway and blend below that last blend. Then I'm gonna close it fully and blend below that until I blend it into the initial blend that I did with no bar. Now I got a 1/8 guard on, lever all the way open. I'm gonna lay the hair down a little bit more. Now that I did some of the blending, I can see that I want to remove and lay down some of that bulk a little bit. And now reverse the clipper, lever all the way open, and same thing. I'm gonna close the lever halfway, work my way down, close it fully, work my way down until I got the blend looking the way I want. Now I got a 1/4 guard. thing I'm doing is adding the hold spray. Just spray a little hold spray across the hairline. And then I'm going to get my bottle of fibers. This is black. And I'm going to do some light pumps and apply it across the hairline. Using the clear application card for a precise application. Make sure not to overdo it. You want to keep it looking natural. Now I'm lining them up again with the fibers in there. Okay, so if you're a barber, you know, of course, you line up your clients. But if you're someone who's just at home and you're not a professional barber, but you do want the professional look, even if you don't know how to line yourself up after applying the hair fibers, you can use the clear application card to get precise, accurate placement. All right? It just takes a little practice, a few pumps, like I said, fill it in, and you'll be good. Now I'm filling in his beard with the enhanced hair fibers. You can see how much better it looks when it's filled in. You just want a little bit. You don't need to overdo it. You can see that you can still see some light spots in the beard. You know, because I still wanted to look natural, but I just wanted to give it more of a fuller look. For the double part design, I'm gonna use the edge of the blade, get my outline first, both of them, and then I give it dimension, give it shape, detail it. Now this technique that I'm about to do now with the enhanced hair fibers is I'm actually spraying the fibers onto the card and let them slide into the hair, right? So when you have a tight line like I did in between these two parts and you want to fill it in with some enhance or any type of design or any type of like tight spot, you can spray it against the card and it'll slide off the card. And because you have the card placed on the design, on the line, it'll slide off and just fill in that area. If you spray it directly at it, it's gonna spray, you know, all over the design, right? So that's a little technique I like to use. The final trimmings of loose ends, and man, that's the final look. And like I said, this is one of my favorite video drops on YouTube. All right, I really fuck with the cut, really fuck with the design. The video was shot dope, man. I hope y'all love it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, holla at me on Instagram. I'm there too. It's the Rich Barber.
Fellow barbers, we have gotten to a place we are not sure that this one machine that all barbers use, that we can depend on it any longer. We found ourselves lost, hiding our endless masters in our drawers. if I told you there was a change? What if I told you there was another side that seems like there can be hope for the Andis Masters? What if I told you this is true? Alright YouTube, so basically what we're going to do right now is go into Lowe's and get all the products that you need to make the Andis Masters a lot quieter than what they are. So come on, follow me, make sure y'all put your mask on. So this is going to be the first item that you're going to need. It's going to change out the top. It's going to change out the top area where you open up the Andis Masters. You'll see that black. In the video, I'll show you guys later. But what I use for this is that I use outlet sealer. It's basically it works with stuff that's already electrical, and the padding is a lot thicker than the one that's in the Masters. So this is why I use this. So this is the first item right here. So let's grab this, let's look for the next item. Alright, so the next thing you're going to need is electrical tape. I use the black one. If you have not seen Tito Cut's method of how to get them silent, I believe he used this black tape. But this is definitely still, you need this. This goes for $2.88. I believe this one for like $2 as well. So right now we're at $5. And now we got one more item to get, and once I find that, I'll show you this. Y'all said this out like 2 times. That's crazy. Yeah. Alright, thank you. Yeah. Alright, so y'all see that I had to get help because I don't know why this time I couldn't find it. But
Because you don't know how to look.
I don't. The next thing you're gonna need, honestly, this is probably the most important one out of these two. It is, boom. That's the secret sauce. Earplugs. I'm not sure why this foam works the best, but earplugs is the best thing. This is a 10 pair. Usually you get from Lowe's. This is $3. I said we was at 5, so this is a total of $8. Under $10. You can make your Masters one of the silent clippers now by using all 3 of these. I'm gonna go to my house. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to put all this together to make your Masters. The next big thing, this is a problem for a lot of people that has that loud noise with the Andis Masters. And these 3 products right here, I'm showing you guys will definitely silence your clipper, all right? So let's get to that. Let's get to the crib. All right, so I said I was gonna do this at home. However, I did do the video. This is me doing part 2 because I feel like it could have done better. So I'm doing it at the shop, and here we go. So here's everything that you guys are going to need. As you guys see, these are the things that I bought from Lowe's. These are the tools that you're going to need, and I took off the blade already from the Masters. So this is everything that you're going to need to make your Masters really, really silent, better than what they were. So let's get right into it. So basically, the first thing you want to do is you want to take off this, if you have this on your Masters. If you don't, then you don't have to worry about that. But you want to open this bad boy up. And the reason for that is you're going to be using this. So let's open this up. Now when you open this up, you are going to have a piece. It's not going to look like this. This is why we're switching it out. And you're going to have a piece that's just going to be like between the wiring and this covering. So what you're going to do is take this off, and you're going to really cut out the same exact thing that's in there and switch it out with this. And if you do that, you'll notice that this material is a lot more thicker. So the vibrations of the masters, and it won't be as strong. It'll be more silent just in that alone. So I think this is a real important thing to do. Make sure that you cut it in the exact way. It has that space and everything like that. So when you put it on here by itself, it should look just like the other one. And just take your time. There's no perfect way to do it. But I just took mine out. I laid it on top of this piece and I just molded it. And once you do that, you'll have your inside piece done. And honestly, that's like one of the most easiest parts. Let me just get this right. Lay this back down. We're going to screw this back in. And this is one of the most easiest adjustments to do. But I did make sure that I did get something that was better between this casing and the wires, just because I feel like the other one's more flimsy. This is more sturdier. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to get your earplugs, and this is very, very important. Honestly, the earplugs is probably one of the most important things about this modification. How you cut these is very important. You have these prongs right here, and that's where these earplugs are going to go. But these are way too big how they come, so you have to cut it down. I'm going to try my best to just show you guys the first time, but it did take me some time to understand how they should look. So I'll show you how mine's look at the end. It's not perfect, but that's how mine's look. See how the difference? You want it to look like that. So this is what I did. Since I know how I want mine to look, I basically almost do like half. So I cut half, and then I work with this right here. Now, of course, when you know about earplugs, when you squeeze them, they stay there, but they do come out. They do stretch back out. And that was the main reason why I even use earplugs anyway, because of the flexibility and the comfort, but they're still strong and sturdy to be used, so when you're moving back and forth, it doesn't cling or hit anything. But it also is flexible to shrink, which is also needed as well. Because a lot of people probably look at this video and say, oh, you're doing a lot of damage to your clipper. But here's the reason why it took me so long to do this, because I wanted to make sure there was no damage to the clipper. So anyway, once you do that, once you cut it off halfway, you are going to try to make it skinnier. So just cut off just a little bit of the edges. Not too much, because you, like I said, you want it to not cling on to other stuff and bang and make that noise. So, like I said, when you squeeze it, it shrinks. So this is like perfect. Mine's gonna get just like this. I'll show you guys. I just squeezed it and it looks just like this. But when you let it sit, it's gonna stretch back out, which you want it to do. And let me just clean this up for now. You want this to look just like this. You want it to stretch out. This is a big difference, and it's very, very key. So that being said, okay, so once you got both of them done, I'm just doing one for right now, but once you got both of them done, they look like this. Now you need to find something that's the same size as these prongs, right? So if you guys have ever had the Beam Team Cordless Expressor, this is what cleans any like airbrushes. If you have any of that, see what matches up to the same exact size of this, right? And I found it. This basically matches up to this. And the reason why you want to do that is because you want to make a hole in the middle. Now carefully do that. You don't want to be like really, really aggressive with it. But try to create a hole in the middle. If you find like a safety pins works best too, but I didn't have one right here at the shop right now. So I'm just twisting and I'm going, but don't go all the way to the top. If you can see through, if you can see the metal or whatever you're using through this, then you went too far. You just want to go just kind of close, but not too close, and make sure that you're really creating a hole there, because you want to easily put this on the masters, and then you have your hole. Once you do that, you test it. Put this on top of the prong, and you can squeeze it tight. I know that you don't want it to be too crazy, and I know that this is a perfect fit. Like I said, it looks crazy, but I guarantee you this works. That's the perfect fit for that. So that one worked. So I'm gonna get my originals, and honestly, I can cut this down a little bit, even my own original, so y'all don't look like y'all look completely different from mine. Okay, so I got these two sitting. Now I'm gonna get this out the way because we're done with that. We're done with the earplugs, and now we're gonna be working on the tape. If you haven't seen Tito Cut's video, he used black tape, and the black tape does help take down the noise a little bit. But if you really want to do like a double whammy, because this is basically what this is right now, is that the prongs is the reason why. It's because this piece right here, the little place where the prongs sit in, is too wide for one, so you're always going to hear a clash of metal and plastic because how strong the clipper is, the motor is. So the black tape, it softens that up once you put the prongs in, that it's not that much clashing. But when you do with the earplugs in this, you should really hear your clipper be silent and not damaging it, because that's key as well. Like, I'm not trying to mess nobody's clippers up. This is just for those that really cannot stand that sound and you want to try it. Just give it a try and see how you like it. I guarantee you, honestly, this is the only way I'm using my masters. Just being honest. So we're going to get the black tape. Get that out the way. Going to get the black tape, and I only probably use about that much. I'll use about this much. I'm not sure how much this is, maybe like 2 inches, but only use that much. Get my scissors, cut that, and now I'm going to tweak this and cut more, but I'm just showing you how I do it. Let me get this out the way real quick. So basically, like I said, Tito Cuts also did it as well, but what I do is I cover the top first, and then I get the corners. And depending on what kind of black tape you got, some's like real sticky and some's not. This one is not that sticky, but I kind of just need it just because of the texture, the consistency. And this one, I could stretch it a little bit. So I try not to keep it, the black tape, I try not to put it all the way up here. I like to not see that while I'm cutting. So what I do is I put it right under that little nozzle. Whatever this little bump is, I like to put it, let me see. Wherever this bump is, I like to put the tape literally right there. And I try to hold it there. Sometimes it doesn't want to hold. Boom. And then I'll stretch it around the corner. And the reason why I do that is because it is for some reason this tape that I have is stretchable, and I feel like it holds it down better. And I'll stretch it around the corner. Boom. Now, those grooves, you get your thumb and go right into the grooves. Get your thumb, go right into the grooves. Boom. Because that's the main thing that you really want to protect. Now you have all this extra tape, and that's the tape I'm going to cut, because the main thing I cared about is getting the tape in the grooves and letting it stay. And then you have all of this extra right here. I do not keep all of this. I will cut that, because like I said, This is not about damaging a clipper. It's just trying to keep it silent without messing up anything internally. And even this, then I will cut a slit right here, just so I can really bend it down so it doesn't really mess anything up. Like I said, I like to keep everything as is. I'm just trying to add a layer of this tape because it does help silence the clipper. Alright, so now that I did that, it's time to put it on the clipper. And I know this looks crazy, but I promise you, it works. So what I do is I take it from like this, and I try to make sure that when I press down lightly, it does just sink in, which it does, because if it doesn't automatically just sink in like that, that means you left too much. So now I close it, and you can't see anything. I closed it, it's good. When I let go, it does pop up, which is a good thing. You don't want it to be too much. You want it just right. So when you close it, keep your thumb on that, and then it's time to put the top steel blade on. I think, so make sure they're both tight. And that's that. Yeah, I want to hear how it sounds. Here it goes. And that's open. And that's closed. You still got the power. You got everything that you want. And I'm telling you right here, right now, if you love the masters and you want them silent, this will work. So thank y'all for watching this video. I appreciate y'all. If y'all have any comments, if this is something that you're nervous to do and you want me to do it, reach out to me and I'll definitely try to accommodate you, giving you a price and everything like that. But I really felt like this is something I thought I could share with everybody. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. But we got them back, y'all. They silent. Be blessed, y'all. You have a good one. All right, YouTube. So I know I just showed you guys how I silence the masters. I know you guys heard how they sound, but I promise you they sound different with, you know, other clippers. It did sound like they sounded real loud, so this is why I'm doing this video, or this part of the video. I have a decibel. However you rate the sound of something, I have that. So we're going to do a few of my clippers. Let's do my seniors. Let's hear how they sound and what they get up to. So they're at 80. Let's do my JRLs. They're at 63. Now, let's do the masters. I told you they got quieter. So let's see if they got any quieter than the seniors. Let me see, because I can't see. They're right at 75. They're quieter than these seniors that I have right here. And I promise you, when you hear this in the shop, it's not much of a difference. And that's the reason why I made this video, so you guys can really hear how they sound to other clippers, because for some reason, I'm not sure why, when you just do one clipper, it sounds when you're just doing one clipper, it sounds like it's just crazy loud for no reason. So let me know what y'all think. Like I said, hit me up, and I'll try to help you out if you do not want to do this yourself. Take it easy.
What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Josh back with another haircut tutorial, and as you guys can see today we got a little wavy client. About to give him a nice bald fade, clean the beard up and line it up real good. Y'all about to see how we get down. And if you guys are new to the channel and you're not subscribed, please make sure you guys go down and smash that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on too, so you guys don't miss out on any new drops. So right after getting the hair combed out, I'm going to come in with my 1.5 guard with the lever all the way closed, going with the grain to knock off all the bulk that we don't need. And as I'm doing this, I'm paying attention to the way that his hair grows in different patterns, so I won't gap him or anything. You guys want to make sure you pay attention to the small details when cutting hair, because one mistake can cost the whole haircut. And as y'all can see, man, that 1.5 got the waves popping. It got the hair laying down real good. And if you guys notice, after a couple strokes, when I go over the head, I always come back with my brush. The brush, it kind of releases all the hair that's already cut out of the hair. So it kind of lets you, it kind of resets the hair to let you know what's still there and what's already been cut. As soon as I get the hair cut down to the height that I want it to, I'll go right into setting in my first guideline, which is the bald line. And like I said, we're going to be giving him a high fade, so I'm not going to be dropping it too low under the occipital bone. I'm going to keep it kind of level with it, you know, right in the middle. And we're going to be doing that. So after I have the guideline set in how I want all the way around, I come back with my trimmers and I just clean up all this extra hair, making sure that I get all the hair gone. You want to make sure you get like literally every piece of hair, because you want your haircut to be flawless. You can't leave anything behind. So this right here is something that I do that helps me when taking out that first guideline. After I'm done setting in that initial bald line, I come behind it and I kind of taper at it with my trimmers a little bit. It kind of breaks up that harsh guideline, making it easier for the clippers to take it out. But a big factor in this is making sure that your clippers are zero gapped, because it's all in the way that your system is balanced. So if your clippers are zero gapped, you have the capacity to be able to take out that guideline with the clippers itself. So using the trimmers, making it even easier, it just helps you out when taking out that first guideline. And right here I'm setting in that first guideline with no guard on, with the lever all the way open, with my caliber 50 cal BMG clippers going up about 1/2 inch. And I'm making sure that I'm keeping the width the same all the way around, because I want my fade to be balanced all the way around on every guideline. So right here I got the clipper with the lever, I think 1 notch from all the way closed, and I'm just kind of going to be starting up under that guideline, that bald line, and just flicking up to the bald line. And then once I kind of get it light how I want it and set it up for the kill, I close the clipper all the way closed, and it kind of just blends it out perfectly. It's just the way that I have these clippers set. They're zero gap, so I got a good system in between the notches and how the, you know, blade cuts. And all you have to do is just understand your clippers, and you can really do some dangerous haircuts. So usually when I'm taking out this guideline, I kind of do a lot of detail work. So you'll see me opening and closing my clipper a lot, depending on the area, because sometimes the hair doesn't react to the clippers how it should, and you have to adjust it to get it, you know, you gotta kind of get that detail work and do that corner blending technique. So right here we're going to be jumping right into the next guideline, which is the number 1 guard with the lever all the way open. And I'm going to go up about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. Like I said, we're going to be doing a high ball fade. So right here is going to kind of be the area where I kind of stop fading up. I'm going to start my fading down process after this guideline, but let's break this guideline down. And you guys remember to make sure your width of your guidelines are the same all the way around the head. You know what I'm saying? No matter where we at in the haircut, I'm keeping everything balanced because I want my fade to be consistent all the way around and on both sides. So after going in with the number 1 guard all the way open, to fade out this guideline, I'm going to be dropping down to the number 1 guard closed. As you guys can see right now, I have the number 1 guard with the lever all the way closed. And I'm starting right up under the guideline and just flicking up halfway into the area that I went in with the number 1 guard open, because that's going to create a transition. So it's going to transition down from 1 guard open to 1 guard closed. Then I'm going to end it off with the half guard, and I'm going to go about halfway into the area that I did with the number 1 guard closed, and that should create my blend. And like I said, right here I have my half guard on. Usually when I start on my half guard, sometimes I close the lever halfway just to get an idea, because sometimes different people's hair react to the half guard differently, and sometimes when it's all the way closed it cuts too much. It just depends on how fine and thin the hair is, but usually I always end up closing it all the way, and I do like a lot of detail work. So now that we're done with that guideline, we're not going to be creating any more guidelines for the rest of this haircut. I'm just going to be fading down, starting right here with my number 2 guard with the lever all the way open. And the reason why I chose the number 2 guard all the way open is because on top we cut the hair down to a 1.5 closed with the grain. So when fading a ball fade into a 1.5 closed with the grain, you usually want to go with a number 3 guard or a number 2 guard open, just depending on the hair texture. And I felt like a number 2 guard open was going to be perfect for him, and it came out perfect. So I'm just going to be fading down from the number 2 guard, then from the number 2 guard open, then I'm going to drop down to the number 2 guard with the lever all the way closed, and just go right back behind every step that I did with the 2 guard open, but I don't go up as high. So basically I'm just creating a transition. So right here I'm going in with my number 1.5 guard. Like I said, we're fading down, so I walk down from the highest guard all the way down to the smallest until the fade is completely blended. Right here I have it with the number 1.5 guard all the way closed, and I'm just starting right up under the dark area and just flicking up to it. Basically the whole goal of down fading is coming behind the previous guard but not going up as high. So basically you're leaving the hair shorter and shorter and shorter as you fade down, which creates your fade. So that's why I follow my guards in a systematic step, because it helps make the haircut so simple. That's why I go from 2 guard open to 2 guard closed to 1.5 open to 1.5 closed to the 1 guard open, and it just blends the whole haircut together perfectly. So we're almost done with this fade. Right here I'm going in with the number 1 guard on with the lever all the way open, and I'm just trying to blend right up into that 1.5 area, because we've gotten to the bottom of the fading down process, and we're at the area now where we want to make the fade come all together and do all the detail work that we need to do. And you guys, to be honest, on some clients you might have to put in a little bit more time on getting certain lines out. Like right here on some textures of hair, it might fade right out, you know what I'm saying? Everything is just perfect, and sometimes you can follow the exact steps and there's like dark spots here, dark spots there, so you have to spend a lot of time really opening and closing the lever, getting in certain positioning in some parts of the fade to make it blend, because some hair is just stubborn sometimes. Y'all see it, man, this fade is coming together nicely. I mean, look how smooth it is. We're not even done yet, but I mean, just really listen to what I'm saying, man. Y'all can learn something. So right here, I'm gonna be doing some more detail work. I'm going with the grain with the one guard open across the front of the hairline to help prep for the hairline, and also right on the edge of the fade so I can connect that side a little more. I don't like that dark heavy area right there, so I'm gonna do a little bit more detail work just to get that looking like how I want it. But other than that, man, we mostly done with this fade. So right here, what I'm doing is I have the Barberless guards, and I'm going in with the number 2 guard with the lever all the way open. Then I'm gonna close it, and then I'm gonna come back with the 1.5 guard with the lever open and close it. Basically, instead of using the wall number 2 guard, I'm using the Barberless number 2 guard because I feel like the wall number 2 guard is kind of thicker. So I did that, and then I came back with the 1.5 Barberless guard. That's the original 1.5 I used in the beginning, but it kind of just made the fade come out way smoother like I wanted it to. But y'all see the fade is looking good. Now we're gonna move into the beard. I'm gonna pick it out. We're gonna be knocking it down. Then we're gonna show y'all how to do a beard fade. So I'm knocking this beard down to a number 3 guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm just going to go with the grain. And when I go under the neck, I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit just because some of the hair grows in different directions. So when I'm doing my beard fade technique, it's kind of similar to when I'm doing my fading down technique. I start with no guard on, then I close it halfway to blend out that guideline. Then I pick up the biggest guard that I need at the bottom of the beard, and then I fade up towards the top of the beard by getting smaller guards, and it creates a fade. And if you guys notice, the smaller the guard, the higher I am in the beard, because that's the fading zone for that particular guard. So right here, I'm gonna prep the hairline with some holding spray and come behind it with the blow dryer to get the hair to lay down and lock in where I need it to. And you guys, using my Barberless Low Pro FX trimmers with the gold FX blade on it, I'm going in and I'm setting in that fire lineup. I'm gonna sit back and let you guys watch this lineup unfold the haircut. Sometimes when the hair acting funny, I gotta grab the hair a little bit to get that pinpoint lineup that I need, because sometimes the hair acts stubborn and don't want to move, so I gotta kind of keep the head more still. And y'all, we keeping this lineup all natural. It's already coming out clean. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. So right here, we're going to be jumping into the beard line, and this is going to be super satisfying to watch how clean these lines came out and how uniform it made it look all the way around. So we got my guy all lined up from the hairline all the way to the beard. You know, I had to come behind it with that razor to make sure it's sharp to a T, man. We need it smooth all the way to the skin. Like I said, all natural cut, man. The fade came out crazy. We got the waves popping on top. But I let y'all see the before and after at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. I really hope you learned something. And I love giving y'all these videos and giving out some free game and some entertainment to some people. Make sure y'all leave a thumbs up too, man. Leave some comments on the video. Y'all know we had to get my boy right. He came in and said, y'all, I need this beard chopped down and I need the crispiest fade you ever did. Y'all know he came to the right spot. Check him out. Y'all know I got my dog turned up, man. Fade crispy, line crispy. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this haircut, and make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, you subscribe and you turn that notification bell on. Leave a thumbs up on this video too for the algorithm so I can keep growing. And you can follow me on Instagram at JoshXBarber like you see on the top of the video. Peace. What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh, and I'm here back with another tutorial. But before we hop into this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Let's get it. So in this haircut, we're going to be cutting his hair all the way off, all the way down to an even haircut. We're going to be giving him a taper. So right here, I'm just picking his hair out, getting ready to cut it down. So right here is the big moment where we're cutting his hair all the way off. He did not want to do this. His mom made him do it. She requested me to do it, so we had to. And the reason why I called this video part 2 is because if you guys watched my video when I cut the little guy's freeform dreads off, that video got over 1 million views. I'm truly blessed and thankful for all the support that you guys showed me on that video. That's why I called this a part 2, because the same exact thing happened. We had to cut his hair all the way off, just like the mom wanted him to. So right after I do my first initial cut down, I always go back and I comb throughout the hair, because the hair wasn't cut evenly. It's never cut evenly. Once you do it one time, you have to do it more than once. And you want to make sure after every time you cut, you want to come back and comb, because it'll lift up any hair that you didn't cut or that didn't get caught into the guard. So in this haircut, we're going to be cutting his hair down to a 1.5, and as you guys can see, I'm just walking my way down with my guards. I started with my number 2 guard because I never cut his hair down this low before, so I wanted to find his pattern. So once the number 2 guard showed me his pattern, I went down to my number 1.5. So right after I get the hair cut down to the height that I want it to be cut to, I go in with my brush and I do a slight brush session, and I just lay the hair down and get it to lay down in the natural pattern that it grows. And also with me laying the hair down with my brush, it'll make my fade much smoother because all the hairs are laid down flat. So to start this taper off, we're going to be setting in my bald line with my trimmers. And right after we set in that guideline, we're going to go in with my cordless wall seniors with the lever all the way open, going up about a 1/2 inch. And as soon as we get that guideline in, we're going to close the clipper halfway, and then we're going to go in and flick under the line and up to the line and get that line out. So right after that guideline, I'm going to go in with my number 1 guard with the lever all the way open, going up about another 1/2 inch. And right here, I'm going to be doing my fading down technique. After I go in with it open, I'm going to close my number 1 guard and just start under that line and flick up to it, and just lightly blend that line out as we're walking down until we get to the area where we blend this line completely out. So to finish off this guideline, I'm going to go in with my 1/2 guard, and I'm going to start under the line and flick up to the line, blending this line out. So to finish off this side taper, I'm going to go in with my number 2 guard, and I'm going to be fading down from this point on. Starting with my number 2 guard, I have it all the way closed. And once I go in and clear out some of that bulk, I'm going to drop down to my number 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open. And then once I blend that out good enough, I'm going to drop it down to a number 1.5 guard closed. So now that we went through our entire fading process on the side taper, I'm going to come back with my number 1 guard and just do some detail work, hitting all the dark areas and making sure that I get every hair blended as best as I can. Going a little more in depth with the detail, I took off my guard and I went in and did some raking techniques, and I did my corner blending technique on the side to make sure that I got this taper looking as best as I can. So now that we finished the side taper, I'm going to be doing a neck taper. The neck taper consists of the same exact steps. We just have a wider area to blend in. So basically we're doing the same thing that we did on the side taper. We just have a wider area to blend in, which means that we're going to have a longer guideline, and that's the only difference. So right after setting in my bald line, I'm going to go in with my cordless seniors with the lever all the way open with no guard on, going up about a ½ inch, setting in my next guideline. So right after setting in that guideline, I go in with the same clipper, still with no guard on. I just closed the lever halfway and I started under the line and I flicked up to the line, blending out this line. So right here I'm going to go in with my number 1 guard with the lever all the way closed. On the side taper, I started with the lever all the way open. That's the only difference. I'm just starting shorter because I have a longer area to blend in, and I usually do that on my neck tapers. So right after setting in that guideline, I'm going to go in with my half guard and I'm going to start under the line and flick up to the line to blend that line out, and then we're going to move up in our fade. So exactly like we did on the side taper, I'm starting with my number 2 guard and I'm going to be fading down the rest of the way to make this blend come to life. So right after I'm done with my number 2 guard, I'm going to drop down to my number 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open, starting under the line and flicking up to the guideline that we're taking out. And I'm going to be dropping down lower as far as in terms of me fading up. I'm not going to be going up as high the lower I go in my guards. So right after I soften the line up with the lever all the way open, still with my number 1.5 guard, I just close the lever all the way and I'm just hitting that same guideline that we're taking out, softening it every time we go lower in guards. Every time we drop down lower in the guard, you're going to see this line get lighter and lighter until it's blended out. So as you guys know, I didn't use my number 1 guard all the way open. This is the area that we're going to be using it in. Right here, I'm just going to be blending right into that number 1.5 area, and this is going to make sure that I get this line out completely. It's still going to take a little bit more detail work. I'm going to be opening and closing the lever, just getting this line to blend how I want it to. This haircut is coming out very nice. What's crazy is that, I mean, like, he really did not want this haircut at all. Like, even at the end of the haircut, I asked him did he like it. He told me he did not like it. I mean, it's just something about those kids with that hair. They love to keep their hair, so it just crushed his dreams. Prepping his line up, I'm going to be spraying it with some holding spray. Then I'm going to come back with my blow dryer and my brush, and I'm going to brush it down, getting the hair to lay down on the skin so I can get the crispiest lineup I can get. And as you guys can see, this lineup is coming out crispy. I'm using my gold Babyliss trimmers for this, and I'm just going to sit back and let you guys watch this lineup come to life. You guys, my bad about this angle. I know I was all up in the camera. I bet you guys was like, man, he all up in the camera, I can't even see. But you guys, you know what I'm saying, check out this neckline up. Nothing but crispiness. You guys check out my guy before his mom said cut it all off. He was super mad. I ain't even gonna lie. He did not talk to me the whole haircut. But we got my guy right. Even though if he didn't like it or not, it's crispy. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you won't miss out on any future videos. It's your boy Josh. Follow me on Instagram at JoshXBarber, as you guys see on the top of this video, and I'm out.
Somebody below you helped you get where you are. I remember years ago when Curtis and I always we had like a love-hate, because Curtis, I told Curtis the other day, and I asked I said, Curtis, you remind me of Dame Dash. And Dame Dash is, you know, he's harsh, but Dame, he loves hard. Curtis loves hard. He'll tell you to jump in the lake, but he loves you. You got to understand that about Curtis. But Curtis gave me an award, one of the first awards I received as a barber, Entrepreneur of the Year, at a round table at the Warner Brothers. And he always seemed to be what opened doors for barbers. So in other words, you can't reap something and not sow it back into the land. If you don't plant, there's no harvest. If you don't take what you got and plant it and give it out, you won't have a legacy. Your children should know what you've done. And so hopefully this whole weekend has been an opportunity to document who you are and what you do, so that your children and your children's children can look back and say, Daddy, Grandma, Grandpa did this. Because this is what it's all about. Family, brotherhood, sisterhood. And I know if we continue to do what we do, whether it's one customer, whether it's inside the studio, whether it's inside the salon suite, whether it's inside the barbershop, whether it's inside the school, wherever we decide to exercise our talents, we cannot forget our brothers and sisters in this industry. God bless you. I love you all. Continue to do what you do. Continue to be faithful in what you do. And let's make some more money. Let's do it right.
It's the 10 Cut Commandments, boy.
What's up, world? You're now tuned in to Barber World TV, the podcast. I'm your host, Kamal Nuru, a.k.a. Zoe Mega Millions, the blade to your fade, the ends to your bands, and the cheers to your shears. My special guest today is Mr. Dante Stevenson, a.k.a. Dante Financials. What's up, brother?
Man, what's going on? I'm glad I'm finally able to make it here, man.
No
Listen, it's a pleasure, for me to be here. I'm in the seat for the legend sat in, and I'm sitting with a legend. So it's great, man.
If you're not a legend yet, we're gonna get you to legendary status. The barber community can help get you there.
Man, listen, I'm not a legend yet. I got a long way to go. I'm still taking baby steps, man. I'm still taking baby steps to get there.
So tell our audience where you're from.
Originally, I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
Brownsville.
Brownsville is hard.
Yeah, it is hard. So it's hard, but you get used to it. I look at it. Brownsville kind of shaped me to be, I guess, the person I am today. And from living in Brownsville, I live quite a couple places throughout the city, but I guess I want to say my second home is LES, Lower East Side.
Okay, that's all good. You coming out of flavorful areas.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, it is what it is. You just gotta make it do what it do. So
no doubt.
So
Dante is a little bit different. I think part of his name is self-explanatory. Dante Financial. Tell us, what brought you to the barber community.
What brought me to the barber community? First off, I was a custodian for 14 plus years for the New York City Board of Education.
Okay.
3 days, April 2015, I was in a car accident.
Wow.
Yeah, drunk driver who had just got out 2 days before for drunk driving.
The system is broken.
Yo, they seem like they let the bad guys run free, but then the good people they didn't want to kill or lock them up. But that's a different story. But after that car accident, I had a 6 herniated discs for my back to my neck. So I was at a dilemma. Do I still want to be a custodian, or do I do I want to do something different?
What year was this about?
2015.
So
yeah.
that wasn't that long ago.
No, April 2015. And you know what's funny? Because what sparked the interest also was I was watching a Breakfast Club interview with Dame Dash.
Infamous.
Yeah, and that right there, because I always knew I wanted to be great, and I always knew I wanted to help people. But I didn't know. I figured by me being in the school systems, being a mentor to a lot of the kids, I figured like, this could be my goal. But then I look at it like, for me I have 2 kids, one on the way at the time. So I was like, all right, the money's good, but I'm killing myself. Do I want to be like
physically?
Do I want to be like other custodians? I still want to hold my kids, run with them. And I was on. I had 2 daughters. I have 2 daughters and then one on the way, another daughter. So I'm like, I need to keep up with these young dudes because I'm gonna have to put hands on them. So I'm like, yo, do I want to be my body down, or So I was like, you know what? Let me exit while I got the chance. So I started looking like, what can I do? I didn't go to college, finish high school, so my options was kind of limited. So I started looking through like loan offices. Then I came across New York Life. They said that they was hiring financial service professionals and life insurance. I'm like, you know what? Let me try. So
is that the one with the Snoopy logo? Is that New York Life?
I think that's MetLife.
Oh, that's MetLife, right?
Yeah,
right,
MetLife,
okay,
MetLife.
Okay.
Yeah, but I had an interview with MetLife, Prudential, and New York Life. All at the same time. So I decided who I started looking. I'm bringing my options. New York Life says something that you would get a stipend every month. So I'm like, you get a stipend every month
For the training?
Yeah. So I'm like, so let's go there. And the vibe felt good. But after you get on New York Life, you give it the company. It's not what it say. What it say to be the training. There wasn't no paid training. It was paid training based off performance.
Okay.
Learned that out after. This is coming. So much I learned from the transition from being a worker to a business owner, self-employed person. That was the first step.
Right.
First step was don't always listen to what they say because it's corporate.
Right.
So it's corporate. So I didn't know how corporate runs. I didn't know how the city runs. Cause I was a city worker.
Fine print. Read the fine print.
You think you just sign like, yeah, man, because your manager tell you, you good. Like, all right, so you know what? And I consult with my wife about it. She's like, oh, let's go there. They giving a guarantee. Every month, depending on if you have a bad month or not, you're gonna get this.
Right.
That was what I was taught. So I chose New York Life.
Okay.
And coming into the financial industry, they tell you that you need to work with people that you can relate to, because in the financial industry, whether it's life insurance, investments, a lot of the business are people who you can relate to, people who you have relations with.
Right.
So I'm like, I know custodians. My wife is a nurse. I know some nurses. I don't know too many doctors or lawyers coming from Brownsville and Lower East Side. So I'm like, and it has to be legal money. So I'm like, yo. So I'm like, who can I talk? Who could be my third market? Because they say you got to come in 3 markets. You know what? Every time I go to a barber, he tell me his life story.
Yeah.
So I chose the barber route. So
who was your barber growing up?
Oh, man. I had so many.
But one that stood out, maybe one that you stayed with the longest.
My guy, Josh and Leroy Pearson out of Brownsville.
What was the name of the shop?
Exclusives.
Okay.
Exclusives right on Muddy
Shout out
Gaston.
to Exclusive. We got to give all the barbershops a shout out.
Man, listen, you know what? With barbers, I love them. I love them because you know what? They are unique, y'all are unique individuals. As I learned through this process, barbers are not like everybody else.
Nope. We are of the community for sure.
Definitely, but the funny thing, a lot of barbers don't realize that. A lot of barbers don't look at you are the community. A lot of barbers just look at this as this is a hustle.
They use that terminology, that bothers me. I don't think it's a hustle. You can be a hustler in the barber.
Yes.
As a barber, you can be a hustler, which means that, you get the job done, you get in there, you get to work on time, you work a little harder than everyone else. And you use all your attributes to bring you that money. But it's not a hustle. It's a licensed profession.
Say it again.
A licensed profession.
And you know what I like? That Curtis Smith said. That's my guy, Curtis.
Shout out to Curtis.
Yes, man. Listen, through this journey, before I even tell you the story and go back to how I got back to the barber industry, just where I'm at now to where I was at 3 years ago, the individuals that I had a chance to meet, sit down with, let them do my beard, who I had a chance to conversate with.
Right.
It's amazing. It's amazing because a lot of your favorite celebrities, basketball players, government officials, I sat and talked with. I sat and had a conversation with. They know who I am. So for me to be this dude out of left field coming talking about life insurance retirement, I sat with the best of the best.
Right.
And to me, it's a blessing. Like the feeling, it's kind of like having I'm not gonna say it's really on that level, but it's close to the fact that it's close to, like, how you have your kid and you that new feeling.
Right.
It's just the fact that I sat with individuals that's role models to millions of individuals, of kids, adults. And for me to say I sat with an individual like yourself that cut legends, like, it's like that feeling nobody could take away.
Right.
It's an amazing feeling.
It's invigorating when you meet good people.
Man, good people, bad people, people's people, but it's definitely a great feeling to be talking to and meet and greet people. But going back to New York life, now what happened with that? How I jumped into that? Like I said, I picked 3 markets, and the reason why the barber market stuck out more because it was a bigger need.
Yeah,
it was a bigger need than the custodians and the nurses. And even though they have benefits, here's the thing with corporate or any of these agencies. They don't give you the right benefits. You might get good health insurance, but you might have a bad life insurance.
Right.
You might have bad life insurance, but you might have great retirement.
Right.
It's never they give you great all across the board.
Right. Is that expecting too much?
Yeah. I mean,
you got to do something on your own.
I'm like you would think, like, you talk to anybody that have a job, a city worker. Oh, I got benefits. All right, cool.
They always talking about their pension.
Yeah, the pension is good, but here's the thing: you still get taxed. You could do your 20 years, and they still gonna tax you before the retirement age. So you might think that you're doing great, but they still gonna take that 33 and a quarter or 33 and a third %.
So tell me what is it that you're doing to help barbers?
Structure and respect.
Okay, what do you see that the barbers are lacking?
Structure and respect.
Like, give me some details.
Details? What they lacking? For me, traveling all across, I could say the world before it was at the East Coast because I now I'm partner with Major League Barbers, so I'm everywhere now. So
shout out to Nori and Major League Barbers.
Oh man, Nori, man, listen,
my brother.
Man, that event he had the other day was amazing. That's one of the best barber events I've been to since I've been in this industry because you felt the love in the building.
Right.
But what I'm want to bring to the barbers, the awareness that, yes, it's a cash business. Yes, a lot of barbers claim 30, 40, 50,000 on taxes. I said, but that's not what you're really making. That's not what you're really making. Because for me, going all across from shows to shops to schools, excuse me. I had a chance to look at, talk to barbers, how much they charge. I really kind of had an idea of the price scale.
Right.
So going off of this, just going from, like I said, shop to shop and just getting a price scale, I put together a salary breakdown.
Okay.
Of the funds that barbers, it's not, for one, they not calculating their income, and two, this is what they not realizing what they're making a year. Mm-hmm. Let's just start off with a week. 50. Let's say you a barber, you charge $25 a haircut, and you cut 50 people a week, 50 male heads.
Right.
That's $12.50. Mm-hmm. Then let's say you have 25 students. Student could be anywhere from pre-K to college. Mm. So let's just say that's $20 a cut and you do 25. That's $500 beard service. Let's say you do 25 beard services a week at $15.
Well, usually some shops do, but on average, the price is all built into one. We won't usually add up beard services. Usually, I know some shops, maybe the upscale shops, will separate and say a cut and a beard, but most shops, let's just say the average price for a service for an adult male these days is between $20 and $25, because we don't usually separate the beard, only in certain shops. The majority, it's built into the price.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying from what I had experienced, like I guess people were really trying to break down everything. I guess this is the new way where people.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, maybe you spoke to some of the guys that's high on the food chain, but to me, like a barber might do 50 to 60 cuts, no matter a mixture, 50 to 60 cuts a week.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be like 50 adults and another 20 teenagers, and then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a good day is anywhere from like 5 to 10 haircuts. You might get from 10 to 15 on a weekend. Maybe the barbers that are more in there might do 20. You know, the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is going to be your busier days, but you might cut 5 heads on a Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, we're talking averages here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was just going on average, just a breakdown, a breakdown on the income that they not realize what that they're making.
Right. Well, you also got to factor in if they do chair rental. So if they made $1,200 and their chair rental is $300 or $250, you got to subtract that.
Nah, but I'm telling you, cash, being that you spend more than when you bring in,
right?
Then let's just say most people have 100 clients a week. Like I said, because you probably could bust 3 people out in an hour. Some barbers, depending on the service.
I'm telling you, averages, it's gonna be 1 person per hour. Some guys, that's just if you have it. Now, somebody whose flow is crazy, they might do 2 people an hour, but that's not the norm. I'm telling you the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those people that you might have been talking about might have been selling you wolf tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Not even something, because I spend a lot of time at different shops.
Yeah,
so.
But the average, you ain't doing 3 haircuts an hour. That is not the average.
I never say that. I'm just saying not haircuts. I'm just saying service. It could be
services. You ain't doing 3 services an hour. You know, no.
I'm just going off from what I have saw.
Well, let me tell you, I've been in the industry since like 1988.
All right.
As a barber and as a multiple shop owner. You know what I mean? And those numbers are maybe for the exceptional barber. That's not the average. I'm just
saying give or take. Like I said, let's say you have 100 clients a week.
Right.
100 clients. This is what it breaks down to. 100 clients a week.
Okay.
50 here, 25 there, 25 there.
Right.
But now you add the tip money. Let's just say everybody gave you $5 tips. That's $500.
Everybody don't give you tips.
Average out. I'm not saying everybody.
The average tip is not $5. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna let you finish with your numbers. But I'm just saying the numbers are inflated. So bring those numbers down. From what I'm hearing, the numbers are inflated. So whatever your total is, bring that down to half. That's more realistic. It ain't 50. It ain't 100 clients a week. Let's say 50 clients a week.
But now, are we talking about regular barbers or barbers that's professional?
Even professional, regular barber. Now, ain't nobody cutting 100 heads a week unless you exceptional. You know what I'm saying? The average barber is not cutting 100 heads a week. Think about the hours in a day. An average barber, let's say he works 10 hours a day. That's a barber that works a full day. It's a 10-hour day most of the time. And let's say he would have to be booked up damn near most of the day to cut 10 people in 10 hours. You know what I mean? That is not the average. Now, those numbers could get to that on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
I know those are the slow days.
Nah, yeah. So, but if you did 10, 15, 2 of those days, say you did 30 Friday, 15 Friday and Saturday, that's 30. Even say that's 45 if you did it all 3 days. But those other days, you might do 2, you might do 5, you might do 6. So the average is nowhere near 100. You know what I'm saying? You might be in the 50 to 75. There ain't gonna be no 100.
I'm just going. I'm just going off individuals that I saw and also my clients that I have.
Right. Okay.
So this is going off of. This is not going off for every barber. I'm just on the average of the people that I came in contact with.
Okay. So let's go through the numbers.
All right. So on a total week, just cash off of those numbers I said, it's about 2,600. It might seem high. It might seem high, but this
Barbers
is why
is not making that kind of money. Let me tell you.
This is the breakdown. I got to remember, everything is cash. We're not talking about after they pay their bills.
$2,600 a week. They're not totaling $2,600 a week.
This is what
the top barbers is totaling, like, unless you charge $50 a haircut, the top barbers might be totaling for the week $1,200 to $1,500. That's the top barbers. The average barber will probably be totaling $700.
Now is
to 1,000.
Is that after they
No, I said totaling. I didn't say after they rent. I ain't say after they rent and nothing. I'm telling you the real numbers. I don't know who you talking to, but I've been doing this a long time, and I know what barbers make. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know where they cutting in California somewhere, but I know barbers could attest to this. You might want to toot your chest out and say, I'm taking $2,600. That is nowhere near the average.
Okay.
You might be a celebrity barber if you making $2,600. If you making $2,600 a week, why would the owner charge you $200 for the chair? That don't make no sense.
See, a lot of barbers I speak to, either the chair, either they owners, or they.
I've been the owner.
I know.
I never made $2,600 in 1 week cutting hair.
Let me ask you this.
Including the tips. Including selling T-shirts on the side or whatever.
Let me ask you this. Do you so you keep up with your money? You keep up with your clientele?
Yeah. I used to do it manually.
Yeah.
I used to do appointments, and I put how much that person paid and plus the tip. You know what I mean? Of course I used to do that, But even those people who might come in initially and they're going to rent, and I put them on commission 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Until they're ready to rent. You know what I'm saying? I know what the numbers are, and I know which shops do better than what is better, and I have great locations for my shops. And these dudes ain't making no $2,600. I don't know where them dudes is making $2,600, but I need to go open a shop over there. And we're in New York. Yes, there's a lot of barbershops, but things are known to be expensive here. So it's not like we cutting $10 haircuts. You know what I mean? Trust me.
I know, but like I said, this is just a breakdown of what I came across.
Okay.
What I came across. I'm not saying you're wrong at all.
Right.
Because you were owner of 7, 8, 11 shops. But of what I came across and what individuals tell me and what I have saw, this is kind of, I'm not saying this is full 100% accurate because everybody's different. Every situation is different. I'm going off of what I have came across, my clientele and the individuals I speak to on a regular.
Okay.
This is what they tell me. This is what I saw off their books.
Okay.
But a lot of individuals might not count it. Okay. Reason why? Just they don't look at this like they don't look at it like they making a lot of money.
Barbers make good money.
Now let me ask you this: would you say, do you feel a lot of barbers make 100,000?
I think that the top barbers could make 100,000. They could, but I think the average barber maybe makes between 30, 25 to 50. The average barber.
Now is that just okay? Now, from what you're saying, is that that's where everything with tips and everything, or that's just what they put?
Yeah, I'm including tips. I'm not. Some people don't get a tip. Not everybody tips. The great guys. Not most people don't tip $10. The average tip is going to be between $2 and $5. You got some exceptional people that's going to do 10, and ultra exceptional people that might do over 10. But on average, let's say the average, so to average out those who don't tip and who did tip, let's say $5.
Okay. And that's where the average of $5 come from. When I said before, if it wasn't, because I know everybody don't tip, and you might got some people that might, depending on the person, might give you a $20 tip.
Right.
So it averaged out. Now off haircuts for the year, I'm gonna say in 50 weeks, about 62,000.
Okay, that's cool. I think guys could do that.
Guys are doing it.
Yeah. I mean,
guys are doing
that's
it.
more realistic.
But that's just haircuts. Because I know guys that's doing this. I know guys done told me, yo, bro, I done made almost, I made 99,000 off haircuts, or 97,000 off haircuts.
Right.
Now I actually, does that include tips? Nah, I don't count my tip money.
Right. And where you meeting these guys at the hair shows?
The hair shows, I'm going shop to shop.
Right. Okay.
I know certain shops don't do, certain guys may not do that type of numbers.
Right.
So this is not for everybody. These numbers are not for everybody. These are for the guys that have that, who cheer spins on a regular.
Right. But I mean, the guy who's just an average barber, he needs the help too.
He do need that, but I'm not focusing on it. I'm going the numbers.
The numbers you're going off is barbers that's doing numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you helping these barbers do with the finances?
I have this system. It's called the DF system.
The
DF Dante
system.
Yeah, Dante Financial System.
Okay.
It's pretty much taking your first haircut of the day and putting it away.
Okay.
And now I just
that's what a lot of old school barbers suggested.
For one haircut a day?
Yeah, one haircut a day. Put it away.
Oh, see, a lot of barbers I spoke to before I mentioned this say what? what away?
It's a different era though. I think barbers from the past were good with their money. And barbers from the past went to school to learn how to cut hair, and you wanted to be a barber. These days, a lot of barbers, you've seen the multitude of shops. And I mean, back in the days when I was young and had to get a haircut, it was an all-day event. Now there's a barber shop on every block, which means that everybody wants to be a barber now because they don't have to go to school. There's nobody checking to make sure they're a barber. And if you do go to school, and it depends in the area, some states you have to go to school. But there's so many pocket holes where people just, I'm a barber, and start in their house and then get in the shop, that you have all these people that didn't learn. Part of your course in barber school is the business of barbering. So if you knock out half the barbers who never went to school and don't have a license, they don't know the business of barber. They just hair cutters. And there's a difference between a barber and a hair cutter. You know what I mean? So those are the people that never heard of put one haircut away a day.
Matter of fact, this salary breakdown is for, I forgot to mention, when I mentioned Curtis, it's for the image consultants.
Okay, well, that's different.
This is for the image consultants.
Okay.
Because barbers are just more than just a dude that cut hair.
Yeah, but they don't know that, and you're not more than that if that's all you do.
But I'm gonna say every barber is some type of mentor, therapist,
Could be, yes.
big brother, uncle, cousin. Like they play a role,
I agree.
and they play a huge role,
Right.
with our community, and not just here in the inner city. Talking about all over.
Right.
Barbers are the community.
Yes.
Barbers are the community. Point blank.
I
Period.
mean, what goes on in the community is reflected in the barbershop.
Yeah. And so with that being said, so why is it in the barbershop we talk about everything and its mother except for finance? The only time we talk about finance is either somebody owe me money or bet now Bitcoin.
Or if somebody financial is in the shop, someone with knowledge is in the shop,
Yeah.
we'll have that conversation.
But how often do the barbers they hear them, but are they listening? No.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, it's a lot of banter that goes on in the barbershop.
I know, man. Listen, I know. I spent a good enough time before me coming in as a professional and me being in here as a professional financial service.
So, the Dante financial system is to save one haircut a day. And now, so what's going to happen with that one haircut?
That one haircut.
The money from that one haircut.
That one haircut is I have launched a website. Just adding the finishing touches. Now the website is going to allow barbers to put that one haircut, and with that one haircut, if they have a bank account, I'm gonna take the money from well, not me, but the company. Yeah, you could say me. I'm gonna withdraw the money from the bank account and hold it to the end of the month, because if you try to put if you try to tell a barber to save X amount of dollars a month, it's not gonna happen. Most barbers can't save, because the quicker they get it, the quicker they're gonna spend it.
I know barbers that don't even have a bank account.
I know them too, but they might not have a bank account, but they have a PayPal. Some do.
Some do. Yeah.
Some.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But you have to have a bank account to have a PayPal or a PayPal card.
Yeah, but here's the flip side. Some barbers might not think like, oh, let me get I got a PayPal, but not knowing that you still need a bank account.
Right. Okay, so you have a website where
They can sign
you're
up.
they'll sign up and give you access to their checking account.
Yes.
So how will you know if you're taking one haircut, or is it a set price you're gonna take each day?
I'm a set price.
Okay.
It's
What's that set price?
The set price is including transaction fees, $27.
$27.
Yeah, and that's
how
gonna
much of that is the haircut money? 25?
25.
Okay, I understand.
15 is gonna go into a Roth IRA.
Mm-hmm.
5 is gonna go into a 412 E3 defined comp benefit plan, which is a tax-free retirement bucket for them. And the other 5 is gonna go into life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of it's giving you what you
Well,
need.
what kind of life insurance would it be?
Term
Life.
about 20 years, depending on the age and ability, because they're gonna have the ability, because in the finishing process of adding link. So let's say you're a barber that's 35 years old and you come back healthy, you might be able to get $1.5-2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Because
of insurance.
yes,
Mm-hmm. So I mean, they have term life policies that's like $100 a month.
Yeah.
Well, I would say you're doing this for the barbers who they're not gonna do this on their own.
no,
You know what I mean? You making it an easy vehicle for them to have the fortitude to, they don't have the fortitude to do these things, but can afford to do these things, and you're just doing all the legwork for them.
yes.
That's good. That's well. So how would devil's advocate? I don't know him. I don't want to give somebody access to my account. How do you deal with that? What's your response to that?
You don't want. All right. If you don't want to, it's not my loss. Like, no disrespect, is you gotta look at it. This is not about you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a family, you got a wife and 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is about your family. It's no longer about you. Same thing once you have kids. It's no longer about you. It's about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
By buying your kids Nikes, Jordans, True Religion, that's not helping your kids.
Right.
That's just helping you look good, to make sure to let the world know that you take care of your kids, or you dress them nice. If you really want to take care of your kids, had the proper insurance. You could have the proper insurance for cell phone. You could have the proper insurance for a car note. I mean, for car insurance, for even renters insurance or home insurance. But why not about your life?
Right. And what about those barbers that might want to put more? Is there
They could put more.
opportunity to put more?
Yes.
Like how did that will be all worked out on the website?
Either on the website or depending on what they're trying to do, they could just reach me because it's gonna have all my information directly. So if they want to put more, then we talk and see what makes sense for them. Because before, when I was trying to go one-on-one, it's working, but it's not reaching everybody. Right. I can't be in 52 states trying to, I can't be at everywhere at one time. So I figured, let's do the website and let's try to do it like this. The reason why this is coming about now, because corporate America, of course, don't want this to happen. They have structure, they have a system in place. It's been working forever, so let's just rock with it. And plus, corporate don't like the beauty industry. Corporate don't like the beauty industry.
Why? Because they feel like they can't tax them or something? Why do you say that?
Because most individuals in this industry are irresponsible.
Well, I wouldn't say that the people in this industry are irresponsible.
I said most. I didn't say
no. Period. I'm not defending it in that way. What I'm saying is that I think most individuals are irresponsible, but everyone else works in a system that does all the work for them, and they still pay for it. Like someone who works on a job that get medical, dental, retirement, 401k. It's not that they're responsible. It's that their job provides all these things and takes it out their money in advance. They still do all the work for them. So it doesn't make them more responsible. It just makes independent people have to be responsible.
Matter of fact, let's do one even better. Let's X that out, that equation out.
Okay.
You know how many people that has jobs still get more life insurance or another retirement plan?
Yeah, some people, but not money.
But for the most part, I can't tell you the particular number, but for the most part, people that have jobs, they get it, and a lot of them do get other life insurance policies, and they do keep it. But from the numbers that I have seen, and from my personal experience, when I was working with New York Life, I was with New York Life for 2 years, about 2+ years. And the turnaround, because barbers tend to think, I can't even say barbers, but I'm African Americans rather choose cable over life insurance
because they don't
see the value.
See, but it's all about education. You understand? Now, if they were educated about how important it is, I mean, even down through their parents, if they were educated, then they would understand these things. You know what I mean? And even those who have jobs and might get it on their own, that could be because when it's given through your job, it's not that much.
Yeah, and get it through your job, it's not guaranteed they're going to pay out.
Right, and it's not that much. You know what I'm saying? And then they might have been introduced to it through their job by saying, hey, what is this coming out on my check? You know what I mean? So, but I do understand,
I'm telling
all those things I have in place. I've had them in place since I started my business in 1996. But I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your average guy. I don't think like the average guy. So all these things I had in place, even a 529 plan for my kids. That's my daughter's going to school. I use it my son. So, and I tried to educate my barbers. And you could even give them the information.
Oh, yeah.
But you can't get them to do it. You know what I mean? And I would even give numbers to the people who helped me out. You know what I mean? The people in those industries who helped me set up my things and say, hey, you need this, you need that. Of course, I want to share the information. But what you're doing is great. I mean, for those who don't want or who are afraid or who are not organized enough to do it on their own, they could just now. What insurance company is in? Which companies are you using?
First
to fulfill these things.
Before I answer that, I left New York Life last November.
Okay.
It's going on a year.
All right.
Went independent.
Okay.
Because means I went independent. One from every day having to, or every other day having to go back and forth with management. Oh, why don't you find a new market? You know, the barbers, they working, but you could do better. Go find doctors or lawyers, you know. Throwing hints, you know, saying stuff like that. You might need to change your market, you know. You know, because it's all about, in corporate, it's all about numbers. It's all about performance.
But the barbershop industry is the numbers. Now,
It
converting them over may be a different challenge.
That's what it is.
The numbers are real.
That's what it is. But with me, I'm gonna say July 2016, I was at the Universal Barber Show. I had a table last minute. I seen the flyer, make the calls, got a table. After being at that event, I didn't get one client, but I said I made a vow that I'm married to this industry.
Right.
Nobody's in this industry. I seen there was no other financial tables. I mean, no other financial guys there.
Right.
I said, you know what? This is home. This is home. This is what I was born to do.
Yeah.
This is where I need to be.
Yeah.
So
the need is there, and the market is wide open.
And from there,
so they don't see the potential, but you do.
Yes. So from there, I did the exotic events in Newark. Then once I went to IBS, and I had a chance to talk to DL. That's when I met Sepho from Scissor Salute. Pretty much, man, I can name a lot of dudes there that I met and that I'm cool with now. They do because they seen the consistency of me being show after show after show after show after show.
So what is your setup like at the show? What's your presentation at the show?
Most shows before, I just go to the network.
Okay.
Because I find that when I had a booth at the shows, life insurance. Nah, I don't want to look. They turn out away. They turn out the cheek. They like, yo.
Yeah.
Nah, man, listen, I gotta go. So I'm like, I just go there and network. And depending on the show and depending on who's going to be there, I normally already strategize who I'm going to sit down with or who I'm going to attack. I don't want to say attack like that. Approach, yeah. Who I'm going to approach. So I already have a game plan. Every show I have a game plan on who I'm going to talk to or who I need to talk to. Because at every show, there's always at least 3 influential people there in the industry.
Right.
If I don't talk to all 3, I'm talking to 2.
Right.
I'm not leaving to, like I said, I'm not talking to 1, I'm talking to 2. That's my goal. That's my mindset. Because I didn't come here to be popular. I didn't come here to be buddy. That's cool and all. I came here to change the mindsets of barbers. The reason why I want to change the mindsets of barbers, because about, I'm not going to say the number, but it's a very high number of people that live below poverty, that don't even have or don't know what a network is. A network consists of $6,000 in your bank account or a life insurance policy. And I feel that barbers are matter of fact, barbers are role models, are your everyday role model. You know, you got Jay-Z, you got Diddy, you got
right, but we get in your ear once a week.
Once a week.
We got a 30 minutes to an hour to
forget the 30 minutes to an hour.
Influence you every week, or every other week.
Nah, forget that. Let's just talk about the barbershop talk.
Yeah.
The barbershop talk plays a key role in our community, especially with the youth. They pick up on things and like, most kids that's from most kids' first role models, if it's not their dad, it's their barber. Because how cool he is, the way he talk, his swag.
And moms definitely, I've seen moms bring their sons who don't have a father in their life to the barbershop and felt that was very important so they could see what a male role model looks like, or they could be around the male energy.
And I was one of those, come from a single mother. So I seen how important the barber played in the community. Like, because to us, like I said, you you are the closest thing to a Jay-Z or a Diddy that most people will ever meet.
Someone that worked hard in something they could aspire to be, a business owner.
Yeah, but the fact that most barbers don't feel like they business owners. They just still feel like that this is a trap, like this is a hustle. It's all
we got a lot of work to do. That's probably what this show is about. And it's not You know, there's enough shows with designs and enough shows of people with doing tricks and putting up 1 million haircuts a day. But there's a other side of the barber industry that makes you a barber.